her time in the house, but what did she learn about herself? We will find out soon. She's down there with friends and family. Look, they're consoling her. It was a bit scary. I'm going to have a little catch-up with Brian, though.
Hi.
Have you been on holiday?
Yeah. Well,
Again?
no, this is my holiday tan extended by a false Saint-Tropez tan.
I was going to say, I was told you go on holiday every week, but that's just...
Are we the same colour? No.
Awkward. A little birdie told me a little exciting thing happened 11 years today.
Yeah, some really gay Irish skinny guy with a really good tan won Big Brother. 11 years ago. I was like 17.
Congratulations.
I know, it's gone by so quick.
So what, you've only won it once?
I've won it twice.
You've won it twice?
Thank you, yeah. Second anniversary on September the 10th, I think.
Oh, we'll have a little party.
Yeah, I think we should.
What an interview that was.
Do you know what? Yeah, I think Aaron's interview was tricky and Caroline's interview was slightly chaotic only because I think people on social sites, i.e. Twitter, want you to take them to task for stuff. But there is a line that you don't want to cross where you come across as being too aggressive with someone.
And it's really intimidating. Coming out is really scary.
Yes, especially to all those boos. That's probably the worst boos we've had even last year and this year.
That crowd was pretty vicious.
Yeah, but I think she took it in her stride, realised, you know what, it's not real, it's panto.
It is.
Yeah.
How much do you think the house are going to miss her?
Do you know what's a difficult one? I think maybe Connor will miss her, but I don't think the majority of the house will miss her. I think the insiders and the outsiders proved outside they're popular, inside they're not. I think I'm confusing myself.
It's a weird dichotomy.
It is.
I said dichotomy.
Yes.
They're left with her legacy, chocolate.
Yes, lots of chocolate.
A lot of chocolate.
You know, if that happened to me, I would be well pissed off.
I would be.
Would you? No. I think there's only so much chocolate you can have. Breakfast, lunch and dinner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's enough.
But I think it's funny and she'd be remembered for her behaviour and for that task.
That'll stand
Just
out.
like Harry with the bananas.
Yeah, it's banana cake
But chocolate, yeah.
Will Scott and Becky be getting closer now?
Yeah, do you know, I think kind of Becky stole Scott. She stole her gay away from her. So I think from watching the show, my view would be that he's closer to Becky than Caroline, and Scott was a bit peeved off what Caroline did. So I think by Caroline leaving now with the chocolate task, the shopping budget, buying the chocolate, I think Becky and Scott, I think they'll just get even closer.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
I really do. Well, thank you, Brian. Back to your Blue Nun.
Thank you very much.
OK, Caroline, it's time to say goodbye. I'm taking you with me. Woo! You're all mine.
Blue Nun.
Big Brother's a bit on the side. There is absolutely no reason why you shouldn't stick with us. Nothing else is going on anywhere right now. This is where it's at. Yes! They were looking at me like, the Olympics. Yes, it's Friday night and evictee number 8 is out of there. Caroline will be joining me later. But in the meantime, pay close attention to the following 3 clips as you will never, ever, ever see them again. Number 1. Number 2.
You fucking ball bag.
And finally, run number 3. Fuck! Get out the loo! Now, eviction nights are so popular amongst our guests that hundreds of them formed an orderly queue outside, and I got to pick my favourite 3 for this evening. I know, cool, right? First, a bloke who once had his hit show called Defending the Caveman, a Connor fan, perhaps. It's comedian Mark Little. Next up, a former housemate with hair to match his personality. It's absolutely huge. Welcome, BB12 Bab, Tom O'Connell. And finally, she had such a lovely time in the house with Caroline, so this is not going to be awkward at all. It's Lauren. They loved each other, didn't they? Now, before we go any further, let's see how the house are dealing with Caroline's departure.
Catherine was... I don't care what anybody says, Catherine was the most entertaining person ever in this fucking house.
I love her.
I'm
going to miss her so much. I really miss her so much.
She's so entertaining. She could make me laugh so much.
Don't tell me, because I could literally scream. I could literally.
I feel sick inside.
That crowd,
a couple of reasons.
I fucking hate them.
I'm going to miss her so much.
I know, I'm going to miss her loads.
Another week, start. I've got no bed
I'm gonna
partner.
miss her. Absolutely
no
no.
food, but like fucking bed partner. I've got no
Catherine,
sleepovers.
no, like... It's nothing now.
Right, let's talk about the eviction. Mark, did the right person go?
Alice, don't get me wrong, no.
No?
No. As much as she's hard to cope with, that girl, there was a certain eccentricity about her, which I think the house is going to lose now. And she was such a stirrer that I think it's going to tone down a hell of a lot now.
She's definitely a big character.
As far as entertainment goes, yeah, no, I think they got the wrong one.
OK.
I would have split up Ashley and Luke, because now they think that their little plan's working, and it's like...
You're angry about that, Mark. You're angry.
I'm cringed about it.
What do we think, guys? Did the right person go? Yeah. Oh, lots of yes. Who's saying no? Who should have gone?
Luke should have gone because he said he was going to rock and roll in the house and he never did. He didn't do any rock and roll and they really didn't do any rock and roll together, really.
Oh, well,
properly.
They better not have done. They better not. I'll find out. Were you a fan, Tom?
Of what she added to the house, I was, as a person, not really, but when you've got a housemate like Lucas, I agree with people here, I think he should have gone because he just sucks the joy out of the house. He's like one of those Harry Potter Death Eaters, and the only time we seen him happy was when Ashley tickled his wand, so it's just...
I love that he carried the magic metaphor through. I liked that.
I'm a Harry Potter fan.
Clearly. Has the result surprised you, Lauren?
No.
No.
Caroline's a vile person. It was about time she got out. It was enough of bitching and backstabbing, and she needed out.
I told you, we brought Lauren in to defend her, obviously. Mark, why do you think the public didn't save her?
I don't know. Maybe they thought she was a horrible cow.
Right. But was there anything in particular that you think... Because these things are often really close. Is there anything that you think tipped the balance?
Look, I just think you're thinking like, this person looks really privileged and has probably had an education, comes across so stupid and so mean. It's like, no, leave us. Get out of our sight.
OK.
I don't know.
Fair enough.
Just so annoying.
How would you have reacted, Lauren, if you were still in there for the shopping list delivery?
I'm glad I wasn't in there, to be honest with you. No tobacco. No
tobacco.
bread, no bacon.
She would have been livid. Tom, you lived through Banana Gate. I think we all remember where we were that day. Yeah. It was shocking. How was that for you?
Well, it was hard. I mean, we were on Salt on Toast, but it was just a poor, cheap imitation. You can't copy the original, and it fell flat, really.
Was it just a BB12? BB12
It was a BB12 ting, and it couldn't be copied. I'm sorry.
I wish I could pull off saying ting. That's my dream. Did she do it to save herself, Mark, to kind of cause a stir and kind of get the vote?
Yeah, I think she... I don't know whether she was being just completely vindictive and she knew she was going to go and said, OK, well, cop this, live on biscuits for a week, or she's just a numpty. I don't know.
I love that she just tucked in as well. When she got it, she was just like, brilliant. I don't see an issue with it.
Yeah, maybe she lives like that.
What will the house be like without her, Tom?
I'm worried for Scott now because we don't get to see a lot of him, and I think that's worked to his favour because when we see him and he hears people bitching, he seems quite happy that they're all bitching about each other, and I think we're going to see a bad side to Scott now because I think so far Caroline's took the flak for being the worst of the pair.
He has stayed out of it a lot so far.
Yeah, and we just see him sort of being funny for a minute and then we don't really see him, but I think there's sort of a much nastier side that we haven't seen, and I don't want to see it because I like him.
Do we think he's going to get closer to Becky now that Caroline's gone?
Well, they've argued, like, the other day, didn't they? So...
They've had a bit of a duo. They kind of seem to squeeze Caroline
It's kind of natural this far that they're going to sort of argue, because I'd argue with Becky all the time.
Right.
So, I don't know. I just don't want Scott to be shown any more than he is, because I think what he's been shown as, he's, like, going to win, and I think he deserves to win.
You think any more would hinder him?
Yeah,
OK.
I do.
Well, we'd seen her apologise, this is Caroline, each time she upset people. Were her apologies genuine, Mark?
Oh, I don't think so. In the heat of the moment there, with Brian at the end there, I think her true side really came out and she has showed no remorse, said the judge.
Yeah, I think that's kind of fair. Lauren, is that a good assessment? Because obviously you were in there. Was she genuine with that?
No, never. She'd backstab, apologise and be at it again 2 minutes later.
It's the backstab, apologise sandwich. Backstab, apologise, backstab, apologise. What could Caroline have done differently to save herself? How could she... Oh, there's a little tiny hand at the back. I'm going to probably trip over someone, but I'm running.
She could have been, like, nicer to people and stopped bitching, but that's her.
It's simple.
Yeah, but that's her, so I thought she was actually really funny, so I don't get why she's gone. But I also don't understand why people are voting for Luke H to stay in the house when he's like the most boring housemate that's ever gone into the house.
It does seem a lot of people do find her entertaining, so maybe she shouldn't have changed anything. Caroline wasn't, she wasn't up this week. If she wasn't up this week, who would have gone? Who do we think?
Dina.
We've got a Dina. Whoa, sorry. Who is Dina? Who is Dina? Hi.
Dina's so boring. All she does is talk about herself and, oh, look at me in the cameras.
But do you think she would have been out?
No. Dina's
No?
Okay.
Who would have been out?
I think if anyone had the opportunity to put anyone else up, I think it should have been Lucas. I think he needs to go. He's shallow. He's walked on eggshells all through the series, and he's like a cheap Dr. Spock with the eyebrows.
So you think he would have been out?
Yes.
People don't mince their words, do they? Mark, the Insiders have obviously lost quite a strong member. Can that group survive?
Well, yes, they're like bread mould. I think I think they'll just find a way of getting on. But,
OK. So, yeah.
They're a weird bunch, aren't they?
Well, it obviously means that the Outsiders kind of... the numbers are balancing out, basically. Tom, do you think the Outsiders are going to gain control?
I don't think they're going to gain control. It was nice to see Lucas, his face just drain. It was like...
He was very, very pale.
He was shocked, and I think it's going to knock their confidence a bit because most of them got booed, but next week it's going to be two of the Outsiders up again. So will it make a difference? I don't think.
So do you think they'll be up again this week, then?
I think Luke and Dina will be up.
OK.
Yeah.
Will Connor be out on a limb, Lauren, without Caroline? Because they were a bit of a duo.
Do you know, for all the problems I've had with Connor, he did say to me one night that Caroline made him nasty. So maybe we're going to see a nice side of Connor now, I don't know.
They have said that to each other, I think, to a certain extent, haven't they?
Yeah, she was in there all the time, and I think she was the lubricant for all that bitchiness.
Don't say lubricant in front of these lot, they'll just start laughing. Don't agree with that lot. Well, you too can come and spend your evening with us. Email us, particularly we want to hear from those of you who have your own teeth. Join us after the break when we'll have yet more exclusive footage from the house, and I'll be getting stuck into Caroline. See you in a bit.
Oh.